Okay, so I made some new ideas about the law of attraction. I'm gonna talk to you about how I came to the law of attraction at the end, because I wanted to get to this simple points of the law of attraction, these rules. So the law of attraction states you can desire something. If you visualize it, you can get what you want. One issue is that it goes against Christianity, and it goes against Buddhism, because you're not supposed to desire whatever you desire for, you will suffer for. And so in that way, we're not supposed to lust. But how I came to it was that I allowed God in my life to take the wheel, and he started putting me towards the things that I needed in life, and he introduced me to people who, showed me how to be rich, and people, that propelled me to want to go forward with what I need to do. So in some way, he attracted me to the things that I needed. That's because I let him take the wheel. I wanted to talk to you about him later on about that, but I'm going to go back to what happens with the law of attraction in people. So people, compete with each other because they all subconsciously may know that we all have the power to get whatever we want, wish for what we want. But let's say we live in a society that's kind of like a Native American society. Everyone would have their own unique power, because money will not cause people to want to become better than one another. Everyone will have their own unique power, their own unique thing, so no man would care about what another man has, because he can will it to himself by just imagining it. But here, under our society of money, we're under a social contract, and we're like, one man has to feel more higher than another one, money-wise. So the money and the dollar controls us in this way. Let's also say, I can will money to me and win the lotto. Well, then everyone would start winning the lotto, and then there would be a big problem there. So government would try to start to shut us down. And I think that if, let's say, for example, Jesus really truly was teaching the law of attraction, and they excluded it from the Bible and stuff like that. And he was teaching people how to heal people and whatnot, and the power of prayer and whatnot, which I think is real. If he was showing people how to do this, you would see why people wanted to shut him down, and why they bring us all down to the dark ages, because they needed to shut this secret down, and they wanted to somehow control society. And so the people that wanted to control society realized, the only way to do this is to, bring back the old ages. Anyways, so, one thing that happens with this race, where one race competes over another and tries to control them. And, like I said, we're bound by social contracts. Now, number 2, how is God real in all of this? Okay. So a long time ago, we had many gods, and those gods we subconsciously manifest these gods. We bring the law of attraction towards these gods on a godly level, and we say, there has to be a God to make right, decide what's right and wrong. Even though mankind was able to push his majestic agenda on life, somehow someone had to control the physical relationship, the spiritual relationship between mankind. What happens when another man kills another man, a man rapes a woman, whatever. What are the repercussions for that? Sometimes people wouldn't face it, no matter how much we wanted to. So we spiritually bounded ourselves to gods. Now, then we had wars with gods against gods. So what we did was that by that spiritual contract, we decided we got to come up with one God. So then, as we came up with this one God, we decided that this God is going to be a God of love, God of punishment, and a God of mercy. So, can you close the door? Anyways, so that, right? What else? Everything eventually, if you don't do right, you will be bound by hell. Can you close the door? 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 Okay. All right. So, that's the spiritual social contract in the spirit realms and universal realms. So, on a spiritual level, people were bound by God, and His laws were that He would grant mercy, He would, be loving, He will punish. Eventually, if you don't do right, you will be bound by hell. So there was, karma basically. Like, okay, you have karma. So now, B. That's the spiritual contract. All right, now number C. In seeing the law of God taking what I saw, like I was talking about, we've seen the power that God led me to all of this by taking the wheel of my life. I realized, the way that God fits into all of this is that God is the law of attraction. But the difference is He already knows the rules and the qualities attached to Him, kind of like a pre-programmed law of attraction. Artificial, intelligent, universal, robotic being. So basically, when I let God take when I let God take the wheel in my life, what's going on is that I'm attaching myself to a being who has been pre-programmed all of the laws of attraction, and all the rules that go with it. So when you engage with that, He puts you on the right track, basically. Like, all the things that He knows you want, He's gonna try to get you, and He's gonna try to teach you all the things that you need to know to get there. So that's where I found myself, I guess, realizing that's what He's doing. Now, when it comes down to people competing with me on the law of attraction, it doesn't matter, because as soon as I'm bound to Him, I cannot like arrogantly compete with another person. We cannot go so far sometimes as to do that. So what we do is that when we let God take the wheel, He will give them and grant them the karma that you don't need to waste your time on, and stuff like that. You gotta love everyone, forgive everyone, have mercy, and just like move on with your life and stuff like that, and not let anything bound you. So when people's law of attraction, their power tries to overcompensate yours, you can come straight to God, and He will deliver the ultimate judgment on them, because that's the power that we have granted Him. Many Christians, many Muslims, many people, who believe in God and stuff like that, have granted Him the power of vengeance and of mercy and of love and of blessing and all of that. So you don't need to worry about your enemies, and you're supposed to love your enemies and thy enemy, because simply when you feel like somebody's trying to do this, as soon as you come to Him, you're reminded that you have this power of law of attraction, and you don't have to worry about those enemies, because He will deal with them. So that's why it's important to realize God and the law of attraction, and because it's karmatic at the same time. It's like, all right, brush your shoulders off, because the law and the power of karma will eventually get to them. Anyways, that's my feedback on the law of attraction and God, and binding them together. And another thing to remember is, I don't think it's right to desire something materialistic so much that you to try to get it. I think you just need to pray to God and whatever. And I even though I think it's a good idea, you desire something.
Okay.
And you desire something, and if you really desire something, you should get it. And you know, sinfully, I admit I want to do the same thing, and I will try to do the same thing sometimes. But you know, just be precautious of not being so lustful, and just remembering what truly matters in life. There's a hidden, there's hidden ideas and a mentality to have, you know, behind this law of attraction. You know, it can be kind of like the devil trying to make you lust, you know, and you have to like somehow just realize what's important in life, you know, because you want to attract what's most important, which is happiness and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, what is it you truly want? You also have to remember those things, because when you try to get what you want, this is also this backfire in your mind, like, okay, is that really what I want? Like, okay, I desire this, you know, hot big booty girl, but then again, I have baby's mom. How am I supposed to do that? You know, like, you know, so those things kind of like backfire in your brain. Like, you want a lot of money, you want all of this, but you know, just think about the ways that they backfire. You really gotta like ultimately decide what you want and try to reach for it. Anyways, and that's how the law of attraction works. So, anyways, thank you for watching and good luck.